Howdy folks, it's Nito with AP 2020 Outdoors. Welcome to a dreary, cold, wet October morning here in Central Ohio. You know, it amazes me. I watch some of the other gun tubers on YouTube, and man, as soon as the weather starts turning foul, they're like, "Phew, I'm going inside, man. It's too cold and wet for this crap." Not me, brothers. You know, the show must go on. If you watch some of my older videos, I've been outside when it's 20 below wind chills. And I'm out there with my high-speed camera, and I'm getting her done. I can promise you that. I will never, ever fail to produce content year-round. All right. So this morning, I got to thank Henry Repeating Arms for sending out. This is their Frontier 22 WMR. If you guys don't know what WMR is, that's Winchester Magnum Rimfire. A lot of us know it as a 22 Magnum. This is actually the second Frontier I have. I have the suppressed model, or should I say the muzzle's threaded for a suppressor, which is pretty awesome. This is just the straight, this is the long rifle actually. It's got the 24-inch octagon barrel. Pretty awesome. You know, you can't beat the fit and finish on these Henry rifles. I mean, it's beautiful American walnut. Speaking of American, that's Henry's motto. Made in the USA or not made at all, for sure. So we got this beautiful American walnut stock, buttstock, and forearm. Got an awesome receiver. I'll tell you what, I didn't put the trigger scale on the trigger, but man, I'll tell you what, this trigger breaks so clean. Probably under 3 pounds, I'm guessing, maybe. Moving up, we got the 24-inch octagon barrel, and the bluing is just beautiful. I mean, you talk about a deep luster blue. It has the awesome buckhorn sights. And then you got a nice high front sight. Really easy to pick up. Up top, I've got the Vortex Diamondback. This is my first Diamondback rifle scope. This is the 1.75 by 5 by 32 millimeter main objective, 1-inch body. Awesome little scope. It's got the BDC, the bullet drop compensating reticle. If you look at the reticle, it has various hash marks, so you don't have to, you have certain holdovers that you can account for. And I think it's those holdovers, since this is a second focal plane scope, the holdovers are relevant only at the highest power, which is 5 power. So I've got my Vortex Diamondback spotting scope, the Tacticam Spotter LR. I've got a target set out at 75 yards. Now you're wondering, why don't you sight in at 100? Well, I consider a 22 Magnum, you know, a pretty awesome varmint gun, you know, probably 75 to 150 yards. You know, for most shots here in Central Ohio, that's a pretty good poke for a rimfire groundhog gun. So I like to sight in at 75 yards as opposed to 100. It gives me a better maximum point blank range. You know, shots under 100 yards. You know, if you guys ever sighted a rimfire at 100 yards, like from 25 to 75 yards, your bullet's still hitting pretty high. And in the heat of the moment, hunting these wary groundhogs, you can shoot over them so easily. So I just do that from experience. So let's go ahead and I'll start. So I'm shooting 3 different loads this morning. First up to bat is the Hornady Critical Defense 22 WMR. This has the 45 grain FTX bullet. Out of the Henry, I think my velocity is 1,860 feet per second. I'm going to shoot 5-shot groups. We'll go ahead and I'll get the Tacticam going. Okay, so I'm going to shoot. We'll start on the left side, left target, and the lower left red dot. Okay, here we go. So this will give you an idea of what the scope looks like at 75 yards on 5 power. So that's my aiming point right there. All right, let me get loaded up, pause all the cameras, stand by. Okay, next up, these are the CCI VMAX 22 WMR. They're rated at 2,200 feet per second, 30 grain varmint. Out of the 24-inch Henry, I'm getting 2,136 feet per second. I'm going to shoot the left target, but this time the bottom right-hand red dot. All right. Okay, lastly, I'm shooting the Remington Premier Magnum rimfires. This is a 33 grade AccuTip V at 2,115 feet per second. I will shoot the right-hand target, bottom left-hand red dot. All right, let's see how I did. All right, folks, if we look at the groups, Hornady 45 grain FTX, oh, that's slightly over an inch. And then the CCI VMAX, that's right at an inch, that's awesome. And then the Remington Premiers, that's under an inch. That's pretty awesome as well. All right, folks, I've got my seal target, groundhog seal target at 142 yards. This is probably a pretty good poke for the 22 Magnum. I'm just going to shoot the CCI VMAX first. I'm just going to hold on his head and we'll take some shots here. Here we go. All right, folks, let's give you an idea of what it looks like through the scope. 5 power is adequate out to 150 yards. You know, you can still get a decent aiming spot if I can just hold my phone steady there. That's pretty cool. Impact. So I held about his head and dropped it right in his chest. Impact, not the same spot. Oh yeah, man. Let me tell you. Heck yeah. All right. Oh, and all this excitement, I lost count how many shots I fired. Stand by. All right, folks, it's Nito with AP 2020 Outdoors. Hope you enjoyed the video this morning. Once again, the Henry repeating arms, they make an awesome 22 mag Frontier rifle. You know, folks would think, hey, lever action rifle. You know, it probably if I had a bigger scope on it, I have more precise aiming points. This rifle is, I think, shooting 1 MOA at 100 yards, which for a 22 mag rimfire lever action, man, you can't beat that. So remember, support that Second Amendment. We'll see you later, and I thank you.